Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, William N. Robeson.
The story you're about to hear is unique. It is horrible. It is filled with terror. And it may or may not be true. In any case, every time a World's Fair is held in Paris, it reappears in the papers and magazines around the globe as a news story and travels by word of mouth to the ends of the earth as a true story. True or false, heard for the first time or twice told, we believe this great classic of terror will keep you in suspense. Listen then as Miss Vanessa Brown stars in The Vanishing Lady, which begins exactly 1 minute from now.
Sometimes a man can have too high an opinion of himself. Sometimes that opinion can drive him to great deeds. Here now is one of America's legendary heroes to tell you of some of his unique characteristics. If his adjectives seem a bit outlandish, remember that his image was an inspiration to a pioneering people, and he still affects a nation addicted to TV. I'm that same David Crockett, fresh from the backwoods, half horse, half alligator, a lethal touched with the snapping turtle, can wade the Mississippi, leap the Ohio, ride upon a streak of lightning, and slip without a scratch down a honey locust, can whip my weight in wildcats, and if a gentleman pleases, for a $10 bill, he may throw in a panther. I can hug a bear too close for comfort and beat any man opposed to Jackson. Folklore belongs to every nation's legendary past, and I guess we Americans have our share of some tall ones.
The story you are about to hear first appeared in the pages of the Detroit Free Press in the summer of 1889, at the time the Paris World's Fair was celebrating the 100th anniversary of the fall of the Bastille and the beginning of the French Revolution. It reappeared in the London Daily Mail in 1911. 2 years later, Mrs. Belloc Lowndes used it as the basis of her novel, The End of Her Honeymoon. And sometime after that, it became the storyline of another novel, She Who Was Helena Cass, by Lawrence Rising. As recently as 1951, it cropped up again as a British motion picture, So Long at the Fair. It is a hardy tale, a sort of modern folk tale. It has never been proved, it has never been disproved. And one can only wonder if in the dread secret archives of the police judiciaire in Paris, the real facts are recorded in fading ink on yellowing paper, locked forever from a curious and intrigued world. No one knows. Perhaps no one ever will know. But we can guess. And this, we guess, is what might have happened to lovely young Cynthia Winship and her mother as they arrived at the Hotel Crillon one beautiful summer day, the day the great Paris World's Fair opened.
Bonjour, madame. Puis-je vous aider?
I don't understand French. Is there anyone here who speaks English?
Mais bien sûr, madame. What can I do for you?
Oh, well, my daughter and I have just arrived from Marseille. We're on our way home from India. And
Oh, I am afraid, madame, we cannot accommodate you.
But you must. I'm not feeling tall well. And I telegraphed ahead for a reservation.
Ça, c'est différent. The name, please.
Oh, Winship. Mrs. Winship and daughter.
Mrs. Winship. Ah, yes. And it is indeed most fortunate you did telegraph, madame, for you have reserved the last room in the hotel.
Oh, I'm so relieved.
Would you be so kind as to register?
Yes, of course. Here, Cynthia, my dear. You may as well learn how to do this for yourself.
Yes, Mama. Where do I write?
There, in that line.
Oh, I see.
Voila. You are fatigued from your journey, yes? I should have the boy show you to your rooms at once. Chasseur! Chasseur!
Oui, monsieur.
Madame et Mademoiselle Winship à numéro 342, tout de suite.
Tout de suite, monsieur.
These are your baggage, madame?
Yes. These 6.
Voilà le bagage, 6 pièces.
This way.
Keep your eye on that porter, Cynthia. Don't trust these Frenchmen.
I don't think he'll make off without things, Mama.
Here we are. Room 342. Entrez, mesdames.
Oh, what a lovely big room. Look, and the park out there. Oh, that square with the statues in it.
The ladies désirent quelque chose encore?
No, thank you. Here.
Ah, merci, madame. Thank you, ladies.
Oh, Mama, it's like something out of a book.
Yes, my dear, that's just the trouble with Paris. On the surface, it's so attractive. But underneath, it's evil.
The furniture, the gilt clock, oh, this lovely marble table. Oh, Mama, everything is so French.
I'll be very glad to be where everything's so English by this time tomorrow. Now come away from that window and help me get into something comfortable, there's a dear.
Yes, Mama.
I don't know when I've been so tired. I just can't seem to catch my... Oh.
Mama, what's the matter? Mama, speak to me. Here, I'll get you up in the bed. There. And I'll loosen your corset. Here, Mama. Here are the smelling salts. Now breathe deeply, Mama. Mama! The telephone. I've got to get a doctor.
Hello, j'écoute.
Hello, operator. Will you please send a doctor up to room number... No, let's see. Number 342.
Pardon? Qu'est-ce que mademoiselle désire?
Will you please send a doctor to room number 342?
Je ne comprends pas. Qu'est-ce que mademoiselle désire?
A doctor.
Ah oui, un docteur. Oui, mademoiselle, tout de suite.
I'm quite sure it wasn't long, although it seemed like an eternity before the doctor arrived, accompanied by the manager of the hotel. To my great relief, the doctor spoke English. He felt Mother's pulse, took her temperature, and did the usual things doctors do. And then he turned to the hotel manager.
La jeune femme. Parle-t-elle français? Pas un mot. Vous en êtes sûr? Absolument. Alors je peux parler à mon aise. Monsieur, ceci c'est une affaire très sérieuse. N'ayez pas un air effrayé lorsque je vous mettrai au courant. Entendu. Cette femme est éteinte de la peste. La peste.
While they talked in these languages I couldn't understand, I looked from one face to the other, trying to read from their expression how serious my mother's illness was. They were as casual as though they were ordering dinner. Finally, I could stand it no longer. You must tell me, what is the matter with my mother?
Mademoiselle, your mother is ill. Yes, seriously ill. It is a collapse, due perhaps to the strain of traveling. However, a week or two of absolute rest and she will...
A week or two? Oh, no, but we're going on to England tomorrow.
That would be out of the question. She cannot be moved for at least several days. The next 24 hours will be critical.
Oh, Mama. Oh, my poor Mama.
Oh, mademoiselle, you must not break down too. I need your help.
Yes, doctor.
Immediately. I need some medicine. Will you fetch it for me?
Oh, but...
I must not leave your mother for a moment during these critical hours. Here, I will write down this address and a little message to my wife.
Your wife?
Yes. I have the medicine already prepared at my home. It will be much faster to go there for it than to a pharmacy. There are very few chemists who have the ingredients.
But couldn't you telephone?
Alas, mademoiselle, I have no telephone.
A messenger, perhaps.
Mademoiselle does not know Paris, en fait. With the exposition opening, nowhere can you find a reliable messenger. They are all selling souvenirs. No, Mademoiselle will accomplish the errand more rapidly herself.
Here is the address, mademoiselle. 24 bis Rue Val-de-Grâce. And here is the message to give to my wife.
But I don't know Paris at all. I'm a total stranger.
I am sure the manager here will give the necessary instructions to the coachman.
But certainly, if Mademoiselle is ready.
Before I quite knew what was happening, I was seated in a rickety carriage outside the hotel with the doctor's message clutched in my hand, while the hotel manager gave valuable directions to the coachman.
Compris? Oui, je comprends. Bon, it is arranged, mademoiselle. Jacques is one of our most trusted coachmen. He will get you to the doctor's house and back in safety.
Thank you so much, sir. And you'll look after my mother, won't you?
But of course. Of that you may be sure. Au revoir, mademoiselle.
Allons-y, bébé.
felt completely helpless. Alone in a foreign city where no landmark was familiar and the language a gibberish to my ears. In the charge of an evil-looking coachman driving an ancient carriage at snail's pace, up and down endless wide boulevards, across traffic-choked squares, knowing that my mother's life might well depend on the speed with which I accomplished my errand. Driver, can't you go any faster? This is a matter of life or death.
On fait ce qu'on peut, mademoiselle. Elle est vieille, mon cheval. Mais elle marche.
When we left the hotel, we had crossed a huge square with statues around it and turned into a wide avenue which led up a gentle incline at the top of which was a huge arch. But before long, we turned off into narrower streets. It must have been 20 minutes later when we turned into another wide boulevard and I saw another huge arch up ahead. Or was it the same arch? Coachman!
Oui, mademoiselle.
Haven't we passed that arch before?
Regardez, mademoiselle. Voilà l'Arc de Triomphe. Et le voilà la tour.
I don't want a sightseeing tour. I want to go to this address directly. Don't you understand? Now, please, take me there at once.
On fait ce qu'on peut, mademoiselle. Soyez tranquille. Paris est une grande ville.
At last, we turned into a narrow street and pulled up before a grim gray house. The blue enamel sign on the wall read 24 bis. I jumped out of the cab almost before it stopped, rushed up the 3 stone steps, and pulled at the bell knob. Oh, hurry.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
The doctor sent me for some medicine.
Monsieur le docteur n'est pas ici.
Here, read this.
Retenez cette jeune femme aussi longtemps que possible. C'est de la plus haute importance pour l'avenir de Paris et même de la France. Entrez, mademoiselle.
Thank you.
Quand vous ne pourriez plus la faire attendre, donnez-lui une bouteille de pastilles inoffensives. Je vous en
prie. The doctor's wife stood there reading and rereading the note as though she didn't understand it until I thought I would scream. Please, hurry. Get me the medicine. Look, it's my mother. She may be dying. I must get back to her. Please, hurry.
Asseyez-vous, mademoiselle.
She pointed to a chair.
Attendez.
And slowly walked down the hall and closed the door behind her. I waited and waited, and I began to wonder. I wondered about the time the cab had taken to get here, about that arch that looked so familiar. And I was torn by the 100 nameless anxieties that torture you when your nearest and dearest are ill. And then I heard something that froze my blood. A telephone. Clearly ringing somewhere in the house. Now, the doctor had said he had no telephone. That was the reason why I must come all this way for the medicine. Oh, no, it wouldn't be in this house. It must be next door or across the street, of course. Of course, that was where the sound was coming from. No. It was the voice of the doctor's wife answering the phone. Oh, no. What monstrous plot was this? I felt my scalp crawl with terror. My brain pounded. My head felt as though it would burst. I wanted to scream. To run out of this awful house. To run all the way across Paris to the bedside of my mother.
Voilà, mademoiselle. La médecine.
Thank you.
Au revoir,
Thank you.
mademoiselle.
Now, driver, please. Please, in the name of your own mother, hurry. Back to the hotel as fast as possible, please.
On fait ce qu'on peut, mademoiselle. Allons-y, bébé.
In a moment, we continue with Suspense. Do you know the Social Security benefits to which you will be entitled when you separate from the service and take a civilian job? Here's a tip from Social Security.
Roger Clark had a Social Security card, sure enough. But Roger lost it. It's not important, said Roger. I don't need the card. I'll never forget that Social Security number as long as I live. So, as Roger worked here and there, he rattled off his number incorrectly. And there was all kinds of trouble getting things straightened out so Roger's earnings could get on his Social Security account. Don't be like Roger. If you have lost your card, write to Social Security, Department 15, Hollywood 28, California, and ask for Form SS5 to replace your lost Social Security card.
And now, we continue with The Vanishing Lady, starring Miss Vanessa Brown. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
I pleaded with the coachman. I begged him to hurry. I explained to him in tears that my mother was desperately ill. But the carriage never increased its speed. We crept across Paris just as slowly as we had come, and I was sure I saw that same white arch 3 times. But at last, we crossed the great square with the statues in it, and I knew we were close to the hotel. Oh, please, please hurry.
On fait ce qu'on peut, mademoiselle.
Just beyond the great square, we turned up a narrow street, which shortly entered a wide circle, in the middle of which was a tall, slender monument. The driver swung around the monument and pulled up before the entrance of the hotel.
Oh. Et voilà, mademoiselle.
I jumped out of the cabin and I saw the sign over the hotel entrance. It said, Hotel Ritz. Driver, you've taken me to the wrong hotel.
Eh?
I'm
non,
staying at
mademoiselle,
the
je vous ai
Hotel
ramassé
Trio.
au Ritz et je vous ai ramené au Ritz, puis à 25 francs.
Look, I don't understand what you're saying, but I want you to take me to the Hotel Trio.
C'est ici que je vous ai pris en charge.
You stupid man. Can't you understand? My mother's sick. You've taken more than 2 hours to get me to that doctor's house and back. Can't you understand?
Regarde pas d'eau. Si vous auriez l'amabilité de me payer les 25 francs 50,
I looked around me.
je vois que vous
A
aidez.
small group of passers-by had stopped and were listening curiously to the argument, and then they joined in, taking sides. Everywhere I looked were foreign faces, strangers, enemies. And then, shouldering through the crowd, I saw a young man in tweed with a pipe clamped in his teeth. And before he had a chance to speak, I knew help had come.
I say, are you having some trouble?
Oh, thank heavens, an Englishman.
Yes, that's right. Now, what seems to be the matter?
I told him as rapidly as I could. He paid the mulish cab driver, popped me into another cab, and 5 minutes later we walked into the lobby of the Hotel Creole. The manager was behind the desk. My mother. Is she all right?
I beg your pardon?
My mother, Mrs. Winship, in 342. Is she all right?
There is no Madame Winship in 342.
What?
342 is occupied by Monsieur Auguste Noir, a permanent guest.
Oh, no, no. No, you don't understand. I'm Cynthia Winship, don't you remember? 2 hours ago, you put me into a carriage to go to the doctor's house for some medicine for my mother.
I am afraid mademoiselle is mistaken. I have never seen her before in my life.
Say, look here, what is this?
I swear to you, it is as I say. We signed the register less than 3 hours ago. We got in on the train from Marseille.
Right, well, we'll have a look at the register.
Yes, I'll show you. I'm in 342. Where's the register?
It is here, mademoiselle. You may see for yourself. See, today's date. 14 guests registered. But I do not see any mademoiselle or Madame Winship. Do you?
No.
Well, perhaps mademoiselle is mistaken. Perhaps she is registered at some other hotel.
No. This is the hotel, the Creole. You were standing there when we arrived. You came to the room with the doctor. You put me in a carriage.
But I assure you, mademoiselle, these are fantasies.
Oh, now, wait.
What is it?
The bellboy there, he carried our baggage. He'll remember.
Garçon.
Oui, monsieur.
Do you recall carrying this young lady's luggage up to room 342 this afternoon?
Non, monsieur.
But you must. There were 6 pieces. Don't you remember?
Non, mademoiselle. Je l'ai pas vu dans ma vie entière.
He says he never saw you in his life before.
But this is monstrous, and it's impossible. My mother is somewhere in this hotel. What have you done with her? What have you done with her?
Well, now, how do you feel, Miss Winship?
Oh, better, thank you. The soup was very nourishing.
Well, won't you have something else? A salad, a little roast?
No, thank you. Just a cup of tea, perhaps.
Certainly. Garçon.
Yes.
Une tasse de thé pour mademoiselle?
Tout de suite, monsieur.
I don't know how to thank you, Mr. Oh, do you realize I don't even know your name?
Oh,
Well, it's Stanley. Bruce Stanley.
I'm glad to meet you, Mr. Stanley.
Well, it's a pleasure.
Mr. Stanley, you believe me, don't you?
Of course I do, Miss Winship.
We did register at that hotel. We were in room 342. Why, I can even describe the furnishings. There was a big window that went from the floor to the ceiling.
Well, I'm afraid every hotel room in Paris has windows like that.
No. Really?
Yeah.
Well, in this room, the drapes were plum-colored, and there was a marble-top table. Black marble it was, and a gilt clock. It had run down. The hands had stopped, I remember, at 20 minutes past 3. The walls were covered in rose brocade, and the bedspread was a washed-out yellow. If I could get into that room, you would see that I'm not making this up.
No, I'm sure you aren't. Perhaps I can find a way to make them let you in the room.
Oh, can you?
Yes, I'm with the embassy, you know, undersecretary sort of thing. I believe that the British Empire has enough influence to change the mind of an obstinate Paris innkeeper.
Oh, then let's do it right away.
Well, I don't think that the might of Britain can move quite that fast. It's past dinner time, you know, but tomorrow we'll see.
I can't wait until tomorrow.
Well, I'm afraid you'll have to. We can do nothing with the people at the hotel. You saw that. We'll just have to be patient until tomorrow. I'll get a room for you tonight in the pension near the embassy.
You're very kind, Mr. Stanley.
Not at all.
Oh, no. Oh.
What is it?
I just thought of something. The doctor.
The doctor?
Yes, the one the hotel manager brought in to look after my mother. I still have his address somewhere here in my purse. Here it is. Now, we must go there immediately. He can tell us about my mother.
Mm-hmm. 24 bis Rue Val de Grace. Well, that's not far. It's just off the Boulevard Raspail, near Gare Montparnasse.
How long would it take to get there?
Oh, about 20 minutes.
20? 20 minutes? It took over an hour this afternoon.
Oh, et voilà, monsieur, 24 bis Rue Val de Grace.
Well, here we are.
Yes, this is the place.
Attendez une minute.
D'accord.
The house is dark.
Well, it is quite late.
I don't care. We've got to find out tonight.
C'est en bas.
Where is he?
Oh, he's there at the upstairs window. Monsieur le docteur, c'est Mademoiselle Winship. Elle veut vous questionner de sa mère.
Je ne connais pas une demoiselle Winship.
Says he doesn't know you.
Oh, but he must. Doctor, don't you remember this afternoon? You sent me here to your house for medicine for my mother.
Je comprends pas l'anglais.
Says he doesn't understand English.
Oh, the liar. He does. He speaks perfect English.
Si je vous conseille d'interrompre pas le sommet des gens reputables et vous en allez avant que j'appelle la police.
I'm sorry, Cynthia.
Oh, Bruce, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? If it hadn't been for Bruce, I'm certain I should have gone out of my mind. He found a room for me at the pension near the embassy, where I spent a sleepless night. I tossed and I turned and I worried myself into an agony almost beyond endurance. Where was my mother? What had they done to her? Bruce called for me at 10:30 the next morning and took me back to the hotel. To my surprise, the attitude of the manager had changed completely.
But of course, mademoiselle may inspect room 342. We are only too glad to convince mademoiselle that her mother is not and never was in the Hotel Crillon. I personally will escort you to the room. This way, please, to the ascenseur.
Oh, Bruce, that terrible man, that horrible...
Now, Cynthia, don't worry. We'll get to the bottom of this.
Avez-vous, monsieur, dame?
Now, remember, Bruce, what I told you last night. You'll see. Plum-colored drapes, black marble top table, rose walls, and a gilt clock with the hands stopped at 20 minutes past 3. You'll see.
Yes, Cynthia.
Voilà le troisième étage. This way. It was room 342 you wish to see, mademoiselle?
Yes, that's right. Third door to the right.
So, here we are.
You see, Bruce, I know where it is.
Yes, my dear.
Voila. Enter, please.
Now, Bruce, you'll see the yellow bedspread and... Oh, no.
Not quite the room you just described in the elevator, mademoiselle. The drapes are royal blue.
No.
A little dusty, I feel. I must have this room renovated. There is no marble-top table.
No.
The clock, as you notice, is running.
No.
And right on time, it seems. The walls are not rose brocade, but yellow flowered wallpaper.
No.
No, my dear mademoiselle, you see how thoroughly mistaken you are.
No.
Well, that's the story as it may have happened. The lady, Mrs. Winship, had vanished, the room completely redecorated overnight. A gigantic conspiracy of silence, so cruel as to cause a young girl to take leave of her senses. But the stakes were higher than the sanity of a pretty English tourist. Mrs. Winship was suffering from bubonic plague, which she had caught before leaving India. The doctor had recognized the symptoms at once, recognized, too, that she had no more than an hour to live. He had purposely sent Cynthia on a fool's errand. The hotel manager was in on the conspiracy, and the cab driver, and soon the British Embassy, the Quai d'Orsay, and the police judiciaire. For had it become known that there was a case of bubonic plague in Paris, the city would have been emptied of visitors. The World's Fair would have been a failure. The French franc would have fallen, and the very stability of the pound sterling would have been threatened. That's the whole story. Some years ago, Alexander Woolcott tracked down the man who first reported it in the Detroit Free Press in 1889 and asked him whether he had invented it or had heard it somewhere in his travels. And the Detroit reporter replied that he could not remember, which, as far as Mr. Woolcott was concerned, left the question still open. For, as he wryly observed, he doubted if any man could have invented a tale like the Vanishing Lady and then forgot that he had done so. What do you think?
Suspense, in which Miss Vanessa Brown starred in William N. Robeson's production of The Vanishing Lady, based upon Alexander Woolcott's version of the legend and adapted for radio by Mr. Robson. Listen again next week when we bring you another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense. Supporting Miss Brown and The Vanishing Lady were Diana Bourbon, Virginia Gregg, Ben Wright, Ramsey Hill, John Daner, and Edgar Barrier. Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
A murderer is a psychopathic individual. He has a screw loose. He's minus some of his marbles. No rational, sane person deliberately sets out to kill another human being, or himself for that matter, excepting under one special condition: when he gets behind the wheel of an automobile. Then all the rules of human behavior are rescinded. Anything can happen, and with tragic frequency, does. The mild-mannered Mr. Milquetoast becomes an angel of death. Astride his 350 horses, he ranges the highways of the nation with the murderous vengeance of a latter-day Genghis Khan. He cannot be persuaded, he cannot be reasoned with. His headlong rush to destruction, his own or anyone else that might be in his path, is only somewhat deterred by the highway patrolmen who daily risk their lives in the ceaseless struggle against murder on wheels. Of such elements is constructed the story you are about to hear. It is a moral tale, but a chilling one. Listen, Listen, then, as Everett Sloane stars in Speed Trap, which begins in exactly 1 minute.
How can heroism be acknowledged and symbolized? Recognition of outstanding heroism takes the form of America's supreme military decoration, the Medal of Honor. It is awarded to those members of the United States Armed Forces who distinguish themselves conspicuously by gallantry and intrepidity at the risk of life, above and beyond the call of duty, in action involving actual conflict with an enemy. For recipients in the Army and Air Force, the medal is a gold-finished bronze star with the head of the ancient goddess Minerva in the center. A laurel wreath in green enamel surrounds the five-pointed star, which is suspended by two links from a bar bearing the inscription Valor, and surmounted by an eagle with wings outstretched. The ribbon pad directly above is light blue, with 13 white stars arranged in the form of a triple chevron. The President of the United States is the only government official authorized to present the Medal of Honor. The award is made by the Commander-in-Chief in the name of Congress, thus accounting for why this highly esteemed decoration is sometimes incorrectly referred to as the Congressional Medal of Honor. Only a very small number of the many millions of U.S. Armed Forces personnel, past and present, have been presented this great symbol of courage to which free men can aspire, the Medal of Honor.
And now, Speed Trap, starring Everett Sloane. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Sometimes it takes you years to get to know a guy. Sometimes on the highway patrol, you learn all about a man in 10 minutes. Like the night Craig Hollister checked me out on my new beat.
There's a soft shoulder here, right?
I didn't answer him. I was too busy sweating the grade. The wheel was easy in my hands. Too easy, like it always is on a slick highway. My headlights caught the rain and sleet slanting down from the pass. Hollister wiped the mist off the windshield. I thought of loosening my collar, but I didn't want to make a bad impression on him. I knew he was a good patrolman. They'd told me at headquarters. Well, good patrolmen go by the book. I wiped my hands one at a time and changed my grip on the wheel.
There's a curve coming up.
I don't see why they need us on this road. A driver'd be nuts to go over 30.
People speed anywhere. This turn's called the Corkscrew. It's awful slick in the rain. I found 4 kids here in a station wagon after the last storm. What was left of them, anyway.
Well, brother, I'll take this one in second.
There's another rough curve coming up. We've had 3 fatalities here this winter.
I don't know if I'm going to like this, Pete.
That isn't bad. Once you get used to the blood.
You say you actually catch speeders on this highway?
Yeah, that's how I met my wife. She was speeding along here. Oh, that reminds me. Dispatcher, this is 3022.
Go ahead, Craig.
Say, Joe, will you call Debbie and tell her to pick me up at headquarters?
Okay. You better get down here before she does. A doll like her isn't safe around me.
You old relic, she could break your arm. Joe.
Yeah?
It's awful slick up here. Tell her to take it easy on the grade, will you?
10-4 and out.
Well, this was pretty good. You wanted your wife to meet you. You gave the dispatcher a call on the radio. That was something they hadn't taught me at the police academy.
I sure hope she doesn't try to break any records. Not tonight.
You say you caught her speeding on this stretch?
Yeah. She was roaring down the grade with her car full of summer tourists, all of them tanked to the eyeballs.
Including your wife?
Well, I thought so. I wrote it up that way.
Yeah, then what happened?
Now, the judge thought otherwise. Debbie cried, and her father had just given the county a new library, so the judge decided that she'd never had a drink in her life. There wasn't a dry eye in the courthouse.
And you married her?
Yeah, the best thing I ever did. I think.
You think?
Oh, today was our anniversary. I couldn't even spend it with her. She's been up there on the mountain alone all day.
That's tough.
And this beat's kind of lonely for a woman. Debbie says she doesn't mind, but I think she's bored. Well, here's a good spot. Pull over.
Pull over?
Yeah, we'll wait here and follow her down.
Well, why?
Well, sometimes she still drives this grade too fast, Art. With us in back of her, she will take it easy.
So I pulled over, of course. I was tired, and I was trying to get my own wife moved into our cabin, but the man said pull over and wait, so I pulled over and waited. I lit a cigarette. In the flare of my match, I could see he was squinting up the road. This joker was worried about something. He caught me looking and seemed kind of ashamed.
Huh? She'll be along in a minute.
Sure, no hurry. But, you can't follow her everywhere, you know.
Look, Art, I'm getting a transfer, and Debbie and I'll be out of these mountains in a week. It's slick tonight, so it's okay with you, partner.
Oh, sure. Sorry.
Hey, what the...
What's the matter?
Look at those headlights up there.
I twisted around in my seat. Half a mile up the grade, a pair of headlights stabbed over the cliff, seemed to hang there. Hollister gripped my shoulder. The light straightened suddenly and got brighter and brighter. The guy was practically flying.
Holy smoke!
Hollister was big. He didn't look like he could move very fast, but he was nothing but a blur jumping out of the patrol car. He was around the hood and swinging a flashlight in circles before I could even turn on my red light. The crazy headlights seemed to reach out at him.
Hey, you crazy!
Wait! Hey, you okay, Hollister?
Yeah. Well, let's take him.
Holy cow, I thought you'd had it.
Close, but no cigar. He must be plastered. Did you get his tag? The lights blinded me.
No, I could just see it was a black sports car, that's all. Looked like a Jag.
A Jag?
Yeah. Aren't you going to call the dispatcher?
No. Pappy ought to be parked near a halfway house. A Jag, huh? Hello, 2429. This is 3022.
It was a Jag, all right. And I'd caught a flash of the driver. It was a woman driver, young, blonde, with a crazy grin on her face. I felt sick. I'd picked up the pieces after a few wrecks down in the valley.
Go ahead, Craig.
It's bad enough when it's a man,
2429.
but a young girl.
3022. Pappy, we're after a possible 502, 3 miles north of halfway house. He just about ran me down. Now be careful, huh?
I'll try to take him. 10-4.
Her, not him.
Make this curve tight, Art. What'd you say?
That driver. It's a woman.
A woman?
I think so.
Oh. After this curve, you can cut loose for about 800 yards, and then try to get me close enough to spotlight her license.
Hang on, partner.
Holy smoke! Be careful!
Can you get the number?
Oh, the plate's covered with mud. She must have dragged the wheel on the shoulder.
Maybe on the next stretch I can try again.
No, we don't need the number.
What do you mean?
Well, you saw the car, a black Jag, you said.
Yeah.
A girl driving, you said?
Yeah, why?
Well, that's gotta be Debbie's car. It's gotta be my wife.
In a moment, we continue with the second act of Suspense.
Another visit with Joe and Daphne Forsythe.
Joe, stop reading that paper and talk to me.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Well, I was talking to Mrs. Snyder today. You know, she's the one whose boy had 31% less cavities.
Uh-huh.
Well, she thinks that we should buy bigger savings bonds.
Uh-huh.
She says that when people can afford it, it makes more sense. Oh, she says there are a lot of different denominations. They start at $25, but then there are $50, $100, $200, and even $500 bonds.
Is that so?
And then with the ones we've already bought through the payroll savings plan, we'd have quite a nest egg.
Uh-huh.
Are you listening to me?
Uh-huh.
Did you know that the total accumulated compounded semi-annual interest of the Series E savings bond will amount to 93 1/3% of the original purchasing price?
Uh-huh.
I thought so. Joe, what did I say?
You said that United States savings bonds are a safe, easy way of investing.
I did.
That they help guard our country's freedom.
And?
They're the best investment in America's future.
I said something else, too.
Oh, yeah. You said that the total accumulated compounded semi-annual interest of the Series E savings bond will amount to 93 1/3% of the original purchase price.
Well, now, how did you do that?
Husband's trade secret.
And now, Starring Everett Sloane, Act 2 of Speed Trap.
I stared at the guy beside me in the patrol car, then whipped my eyes back to the slick mountain road. So you think that's your wife?
Yeah, it's gotta be.
Oh, look, there are probably 100 Jags on the highway tonight. Why does this have to be your wife?
You wouldn't know, and I haven't got time to tell you.
Well, why would she try to run you down?
She doesn't know what she's doing, Art.
What do you mean?
She's fried. She wanted me to take her out tonight, but I had to show you the road, so we had a fight. She must have sat around and got plastered, I guess. Well, she's gonna roll that thing, and that'll be it.
Are you sure it's
Yes,
her?
I'm sure. I can see it coming, alone in that house every day. That's why I put in for the transfer. But now it'll be too late. Art, we've got to catch her. Try to get her before Myers Curve.
Well, I'm doing my best. But these sports cars, that Jag's like it was glued to the road.
No, it isn't glued to the road. It'll roll just like the rest of them. It'll roll.
You want me to try to take her again?
No, not here, Art, not here. If she speeds up anymore, she hasn't got a prayer on Myers Curve. Just hang back and don't press her.
Then he did something that wasn't in the books. He reached over and cut our growler, and he flicked off the red light. I started to turn it back on and felt his hand on my wrist.
No, leave it off. Maybe we're scaring her. Art, if she doesn't slow down, she'll never make it.
Then she started her turn on Myers Curve, and it was easy to see she wouldn't make it. It's the roughest turn on the grade, and a 100-foot drop to the riverbed below. The taillights hesitated for a second like they were making up their minds whether to run into the hill or over the side. The car slid sideways, rear toward the river. She was going over backwards.
No, baby, please.
I took my foot off the gas. Out of the tail of my eye, I saw Hollister cover his face. And then I was fighting to stay on the road myself. Suddenly, the miracle happened. She'd made it. She'd made it. Now we had to do it.
Nice going, Art, nice going. 2429. This is 3022. We're a mile north, still unable to catch the 502. She's doing about 75. Now, I suggest you start up and we'll try to box her, but be careful of her.
This is 2429. Did you say her?
Yeah, it's a woman.
I'm up to 65. Is she slowing down?
No, she's swinging left. She's wild, Pappy. Be careful.
10-4.
No, she's swinging right, Pappy. Let her by! Let her by!
Let her by? How are you going to make an old-time patrolman let a drunk pass him on the road? No, Pappy tried to fight it. He tried to ease her onto the shoulder. For a second, I thought he had her, but the convertible lurched back. The two sets of taillights got closer, and then Pappy was off the road, over the shoulder, bouncing and rolling down the embankment. I eased my foot off the accelerator, praying that it wasn't as bad as it looked.
What are you doing?
I'm going back for Pappy.
Well, what about her?
Call the dispatcher. They'll stop her if she doesn't go off the road first.
Stay on her tail.
What? Are you off your rocker? They'll stop her.
That's my wife, and I don't want her killed. Now stay on her tail.
But what about Pappy?
I said stay with her. I'm still running the speed.
Yeah, but Pappy...
Dispatcher. Joe, this is 3022, a mile south of Halfway House. That 502 just ran Pappy off the road. Send an ambulance. We're staying on her tail.
This isn't Joe. This is Sergeant Capehart. I'm setting up a roadblock outside of headquarters, and she won't get through it. Go back and help Pappy.
Well, what kind of a roadblock?
It works.
You aren't shooting at a woman.
If she tries to run this block, we'll shoot at her. Now you get back to Pappy.
Sarge, that girl...
Don't you worry about the girl. I'll take care of her. Get back to Pappy.
Well, that's Debbie, Sarge. That's my wife.
I'm sorry, Hollister. She just run my best man off the road, and you said she almost hit you. Now there's trucks and cars coming up the lower grade, and she'll hit one of them if we don't stop her. So we'll stop her if we have to blast her off the road.
In just a moment, we continue with the third act of Suspense.
We have, together, ample capacity and freedom to defend freedom. This is NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Very simply, NATO is an organization of free countries which have learned to live together and to work together in the firm conviction that their fundamental unity and combined strength are indispensable to their individual security and the peace of the world. The United States of America is a part of NATO. You should be aware of and alert to the objectives and programs of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
And now, starring Everett Sloane, Act 3 of Speed Trap.
I felt sorry for the man beside me. I knew what was happening outside headquarters. A couple of patrol cars rolling into position, spotlights pointed up the grade, the guys drawing automatic rifles and maybe shotguns, flares set out further up the hill, a reception committee for Craig Hollister's wife. Not what he'd planned when he'd asked her to meet him at headquarters. But there was nothing I could do. I slowed down carefully.
Keep going.
You heard the sergeant. Pappy might be bleeding to death.
He's only a quarter of a mile from halfway house. They can do as much for him as we can. Now, you stay on her tail.
Craig, I can't. They'll suspend me.
Art, don't make me pull my gun on you. Now, watch this next curve.
But what can we do? We can't stop her.
If she tries to run the barricade, they'll blow her apart.
If she... Hang on. If she doesn't slow down, she won't even get to the barricade.
Turn off your lights.
Turn off my lights?
That's right. When she doesn't see us, she slows down a little.
Well, how am I going to see?
Use her lights.
Her lights. Fine. Great. But what if there was something coming up the grade? I wondered if Hollister had gone nuts. He was peering ahead. He seemed to have got hold of himself. I didn't really think he'd pull a gun on me, but suddenly I knew I'd go along with whatever he was trying to do. I flicked off the lights. It seemed to help. The car ahead lost some of its crazy fear.
Now you're gaining. Okay, use this stretch here. Oh, Debbie, baby, watch out, watch out.
We're gaining, but if she makes this turn, she's only got a mile to the barricade.
Is that a car coming?
Oh, it's a truck.
Oh, Debbie, please get over, get over.
She won't make it. She won't.
Watch out.
Get your lights on.
Okay, Art. Now catch her.
Hey, you gonna shoot her yourself?
I hope not. I hope not. Look, you have to get closer. I'll never do it from here.
Closer, the man said. I was already pushing 80, and the range was still too far unless he was aiming for a lucky hit or an unlucky one.
You gotta catch her by that stretch in front of headquarters.
Right. If he was going to shoot out a tire, it would have to be there, the only level shoulder on the grade. But that was where the barricade was. Well, we just have to get her this side of it. Hollister rolled down the window, and I felt a spray of rain on my face. And suddenly, I saw the barricade spotlights.
She's slowing any?
Nah, putting on speed.
Well, I can't wait any longer.
The range was just too great. It had to be her left rear tire. If she went off the other way, she'd be killed. But she was just too far away. Suddenly, not really wanting to, I jammed down the accelerator. The rear end swayed and lurched. My hands were sweaty with fear.
Thanks, Art.
And that did it. The convertible began to turn, hesitated, and headed for the shoulder. It leaped when it hit the dirt, half-turned.
Debbie!
I skidded all the way through the roadblock. The guys from the barricade beat us back to the crash. But it was just as well, because without help, I'd never have been able to keep Hollister from the ruined convertible.
Will you let me
Cut it out! Will you
cool
off,
Hollister?
Wait till we get her out. The doc's coming now.
But I killed her. I killed her.
No, we don't know yet. Here's the ambulance. Doc? Doc, she's right down there. And how's Pappy?
Broke her leg.
Oh.
That's the car that ran him off the road?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
A patrolman and an ambulance driver set a litter by the ambulance. Two other guys had Craig in their patrol car trying to calm him down. The girl was hurt bad, but she was alive. I started back to the patrol car and stepped back to let a convertible pull off onto the shoulder. A girl got out, a pretty girl. And I thought of the kid by the ambulance who would never be pretty again. Then I felt the sergeant's hand on my arm. He was staring at her.
Mrs. Hollister.
Yes, Sergeant. What happened? Where's Craig?
Well, he thought you...
Oh, look. Oh, the poor thing. She's just a kid.
Yeah, but she figured she was old enough to get fried to the gills and make that grade on a rainy night. Your husband saved her life.
How?
Oh, he and Art here almost broke their necks catching her. I'd have blasted her to pieces.
Where's Craig? Is he all right?
Debbie! Oh, Debbie! Oh, Debbie, honey.
What's the matter, darling?
Oh, Debbie, it wasn't you. I thought that...
skip it, Hollister.
No. Oh, no. Debbie, you ought to know. I want you to. Debbie, I thought the girl was you.
Me? Why me?
Well, it was the same kind of a car, and the speed.
Oh, I see. And it could have been me, couldn't it?
A long time ago, maybe, honey. A long time ago.
Well, his arm was around her when they walked away, and Craig Hollister had a kind of thoughtful look in his eye. I turned back to the sergeant.
Oh, are you okay, kid?
Oh, sure. Say, Sergeant.
Yeah?
About us not going back for Pappy, I was driving, you know.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I guess I should have...
Forget it. You learn anything tonight?
Yeah. I learned a lot. And, Sergeant, you know what?
What?
I think Hollister did, too.
Suspense, in which Everett Sloane starred in William N. Robeson's production of Speed Trap by Hank Searles. Supporting Mr. Sloane in Speed Trap were Ellen Morgan, William Conrad, Jack Crucian, and Lawrence Dobkin. Listen. Listen again next week when we return with another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Suspense has been brought to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service. Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
We who manufacture thrills and chills for you sometimes weary of the guns and knives and blood and gore. We yearn to smile once in a while. We crave an occasional chuckle instead of the groans which fill our working days. But murder is serious business, and all too rarely do we find it a laughing matter. The story you are about to hear is one of these rare and happy occasions. It concerns two missing persons and the intertwined lives of two French chefs named Henry Stringbean and Frank Pigsfoot, and how their friendship flourished in the kitchens of a New York restaurant called the King's Eggplant. It marks also the welcome addition to Suspense's company of stars of the popular French actor Maurice Massac. Listen then as Monsieur Massac stars in One Chef, Well Done, which begins in exactly 1 minute.
How can we recognize devotion to freedom? One way is to be able to identify the Navy Cross established by Congress in 1919. A cross made of bronze, it contains a design of an old sailing ship, the Caravel, with crossed anchors and the words United States Navy on the reverse side. It is suspended from a blue ribbon with a narrow white stripe in the center. This rare award is given to any person serving in any capacity with the naval service of the United States who distinguishes himself by extraordinary heroism in connection with military operations against an armed enemy. Individuals who have received the Navy Cross include sailors who distinguished themselves during America's involvement with Japanese operations in China from 1937 to 1938, and men aboard the U.S. gunboat Panay, which was bombed and sunk in Chinese waters on December 12, 1937. The Navy Cross stands for extraordinary accomplishment, which a proud nation notes and acknowledges with gratitude. Who is next for the Navy Cross? It can be any dedicated seaman who so conducts himself as to be worthy of the great tradition of this honored symbol of freedom, the Navy Cross.
And now, One Chef, Well Done, starring Maurice Marsac. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Many times it is asked of me, how is it that you, Henri Haricot-Vert, have risen to the exalted position of chef de cuisine at such a tender age? And I, Henri Haricot-Vert, shrug with modesty and reply, well, it is because I began my apprenticeship in Paris when I was but 11. It is also because your America is the land of opportunity. It is also because Monsieur François Pied de Cochon is no longer in the kitchens here at the restaurant Les Aubergines du Roi. You do not understand concerning François? Permit me then to begin at the commencement. It was in the spring of 1901 that I applied for a position to Monsieur Smith, proprietor of Les Aubergines du Roi.
Me, I'm a meat and potatoes man, Henry. Meat and potatoes fried in plenty of bacon grease. But I'm running this restaurant for what they call the 400. Folks with more money than brains, and they want French grub. So, I hire the best French chefs I can get, and then I leave them alone.
Entendu, Monsieur Smith.
Now, we'll start you on sauces. But if you can cook like your recommendations say, you can move right up to the top.
The great Escoffier himself once complimented my riz de veau au queue d'écrevisse.
Okay, if your sweetbreads satisfy Escoffier, they ought to satisfy Francois.
Monsieur Francois, he is the chef de cuisine?
Yeah, and you won't find a meaner one in all the 45 states. And until I can find somebody half as good and twice as pleasant, I gotta keep him.
I am pleasant. I wish to be friends with everyone.
Okay, friend. Now, you prove to the customers and to Francois that you're a first-class saucier, and I'll hope by that time the cops will have saved me the trouble of firing him.
The cops?
The police, the gendarmes. You see, Henry, Francois drinks.
But surely it is no concern of the gendarmes if one takes a little wine de temps en temps.
Of course it ain't. But me and the cops got a strong hunch that Francois also murders.
Sacre bleu.
Yep. That's why we're looking for a new sauce chef.
Sacre bleu.
But don't you worry. The way I got it figured, he just scares most people. The only ones he murders are his best friends.
Idiot of a goat! I instructed you to poach that salmon, not to make a stew of it. Get out of this kitchen before I take my sharpest knife to your miserable
That's him, Henry.
gullet.
Oh, Francois.
Don't come screaming at me during the dinner preparation, Monsieur Smith. You stuff your kitchen with mutton-headed fools who cannot slice a shallot. Your stupid New York gendarme harass me with questions about poor Lucien's death. And today my head throbs as though it were a veal cutlet becoming a scallopini.
Now, Francois, don't get excited. I just want you to meet the new sauce chef. Monsieur Francois Petit-Cochon, Monsieur Henry Haricot-Vert.
Bonjour, monsieur.
What is bon about it? Can you cook?
Henry's got recommendations from Escoffier.
Who asked you, espèce de chameau? Now then, Haricot-Vert, get into your working clothes and prepare a bolognaise, a bordelaise, and a rouennaise. And if by some happy accident all three do not taste like raw flour paste, you and I shall be the best of friends.
we continue with the second act of Suspense.
Another visit with Joe and Daphne Forsythe.
Hey, honey, I'm home. Daphne.
Drop dead.
Uh-oh, what's the matter, honey?
Don't you speak to me, you Don Juan.
Don Juan? Daphne, I'm no Don Juan. No habla español.
Very funny. Ha, ha, ha.
Well, it was no prize winner, but...
Neither are you Lothario.
I've often wondered, what's a Lothario?
I don't know, but that's what the wives on TV always call their husbands. I guess it applies.
Do you want me to go out and come in again?
As far as I'm concerned, you can go for a long walk, preferably on a short pier.
Well. Oh, come on, Daphne. What's wrong?
Your good friend Harry called, and he spilled the beans.
Which beans?
He said, quote, "Tell Joe he was right about those blondes. They're great," unquote.
Blondes?
That's what he said. Well?
He didn't say blondes. He said bonds. Savings bonds.
What?
Sure. I buy 'em on the payroll savings plan. And I told Harry he ought to do it, too. Savings bonds have a guaranteed interest that pays back $4 for every 3, which is a pretty good investment.
That's a pretty good story, too.
It's true, so help me. That's why Harry's so happy. Savings bonds are great.
Well, maybe you're right. You wouldn't really fool around with blondes, would you? You're too faithful and sweet and kind and...
Fast talking.
And now, starring Maurice Marsac, Act 2 of One Chef, Well Done.
A pinch of mignonette pepper, so. A pinch of chervil, one of tarragon, so.
Hello. What are you doing?
Preparing a bordelaise. Kindly permit me to concentrate.
Oh, you must be the new fella from Paris. My name's Shirley.
Bonjour, mademoiselle.
I scrub the vegetables.
Then go scrub them.
Why? Old Francois ain't around. I guess he's got such a hangover he had to lay down for a while. Gee, that stuff smells delicious when you whip it up like that.
I trust Monsieur Francois also will approve.
You better trust he won't. If he thinks you can cook, he'll pretend to like you. And if he pretends to like you, the same thing might happen to you as happened to Lucien.
Who is this Lucien?
He was the last sauce chef. Old Francois and him got to drinking together, and one time they went out on a terrible spree, and poor Lucien never came back.
Oh, quel dommage.
And they never found his body, neither. Francois must have sliced him into tiny bits and threw him off the Brooklyn Bridge.
Now, please, if you must weep, do not weep in my bordelaise. I have already salted it correctly.
Francois!
Oh, the boss had to scrub some vegetables.
Where's Francois?
Francois is said to be temporarily indisposed, Monsieur Smith.
Shades of William McKinley, the August Belmont J.P. Morgan party has just arrived.
Well, I do not comprehend.
The richest people in New York, and Francois was supposed to cook up a fancy fillet of beef Goddard.
This matter sounds of importance. Filet de boeuf Godard.
What'll I do, Henry?
Remain calm. Tell Monsieur Auguste and J.P. Shades of McKinley all is well, and trust Henri.
I guess I'll have to. Great Garfield's ghost.
Filet de boeuf Godard. Oh, Maître Escoffier, watch over your humble disciple now.
Nothing like a few moments in Madison Square to relieve a murderous pain in the head. Hey, you! What are you doing?
Making the several sauces you requested, Monsieur Francois.
When did I... Who are you?
Henri Haricot Vert. Do you not remember?
Your face is vaguely familiar. What is this wine? An excellent sherry. Do not waste too much in the sauce. What time is it?
10 minutes past the 9.
Ah, yes. A miserable American royalty is to dine at 6:30, and I must prepare a filet de... 9:10. Oh, my filet, my filet.
Oh, the filet was served, Monsieur Francois. Served à la Godard. I prepared the garnishment and the sauce.
You garnished my filet?
Henry, look out, his knife!
Pig! Cabbage! Offspring of a turnip!
Henry! You hit a home run first time at bat.
Do not interrupt, Monsieur Smith. I have a lamb to butcher.
Belmont and Morgan said it was the finest beef Goddard they ever ate. Huh? They're coming back tomorrow, and they left a $100 tip for the chef. Here you are, kiddo.
The gratuity must be given to Monsieur Francois.
Why? He wasn't even here.
But he returned at the moment you left the kitchen.
I did?
Certainement.
Okay then, Francois, it's your $100. Good thing you came back. This kid might have got your job.
Mon ami.
We French must stand side by side in this strange country.
What you have done is what Lucien would have done. What you have said is what Lucien himself would have said. Come, we shall toast the dear departed Lucien in his magnificent sherry.
Francois, what happened to Lucien?
I do not know. All I recall is that one night Lucien and I went on a magnificent soiree from which poor Lucien never returned.
You remember nothing else?
Only this. Somewhere in the dim, dark caverns of my memory, the two of us enter a large, dark room with a row of white beds, some sort of transient hotel. We fell asleep, and I think that when I woke, his bed and all the other beds were empty. And I think I left rapidly and silently through a side door. I think.
Francois, my friend, could you by any chance have murdered Lucien?
Oh, mon Dieu, no. At least I don't think I murdered him. But one day, you shall help me to find out.
Poor Francois. If he did not think he murdered Lucien, then I, Henri Haricovert, also refused to believe it. In spite of our employer's views and those of the gendarmes. In spite of the views of Shirley, the vegetable bather.
You could be head chef here if you wanted to, Henry. Mr. Smith keeps saying so.
Francois and I constitute a two-headed head chef. It does not matter what title we are called by.
That's another thing. You're always hanging around with old Francois instead of paying a little attention to me once in a while.
And what could you contribute to a discussion of classic cookery?
Is cooking all you French guys think about?
When I think of other matters, do I not seek your company?
Yeah, and you always try to get me drunk. Just like Lucien used to.
I believe Lucien and I would have had a great deal in common.
That's what I keep telling you, Henry. If you don't quit being friends with Francois, you and Lucien will be dead in common. And when you are, don't come to me for sympathy.
One who is too stupid to cook cannot understand one whose whole life is cookery. But Francois and I, we understand each other parfaitement. And often, when the diners have departed and the kitchen help had gone, we would remain at the restaurant and create magnificent dishes.
And now, mon ami, the question is, how shall we prepare this large corn-fed ham?
First, I have a question for you, Francois. I have found in the spirit pantry a case of these strange bottles. The label is printed in American, and while I now speak the language like a native, I do not yet read it so nifty.
Let me see. Old Usquebaugh bourbon whiskey, 100 proof, bottled in bond. Yes, Henri. This is an American cooking wine made from the fermented juice of the corn. Taste it, mon ami.
Voila. Your turn, Francois. Mon ami, I have an inspiration. We shall create a sauce for the corn-fed ham from this corn-flavored wine. So, why do you weep?
No.
If it is bad, we shall simply feed it to Monsieur Smith.
No, mon ami. I weep because, tout à coup, I too have the inspiration. Now we shall at last discover the fate of poor Lucien.
You believe that he died from eating ham?
No. On the very evening Lucien and I embarked upon our last soiree, he too thought to create a corn wine sauce for a ham. And when we had tasted enough of this Usquebaugh to determine its properties led us on a grand exploration from which he did not return.
You believe that a bottle or two or three might lead us on a similar grand exploration?
Oui. Even now, incidents I could not recall begin to take shape in my memory. If only I can recall the very incident of Lucien's departure, perhaps even the idiot gendarme will leave me in peace. Oh, mon ami, we shall try to retrace every beautiful, fatal step, and you shall play the part of Lucien.
In just a moment, we continue with the third act of Suspense.
We have together ample capacity and freedom to defend freedom. This is NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Soviet-dominated nations are held together only by political and military coercion. The strength and fiber of NATO lies in the fundamental unity in the face of dangers which threaten. Thanks to this solid fundamental unity, NATO nations can overcome difficulties and bring into harmony their individual points of view. The United States of America is a part of NATO. You should be aware of and alert to the objectives and programs of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
And now, starring Maurice Marsac, Act 3 of One Chef, Well Done.
And thus, after the third bottle of old Usquebaugh bourbon corn wine, the sauce was not completed, for I dimly remember that at this point, Francois and we were somehow standing in the corner of 14th Street and the Broadway, and 7 horse cars already had gone by. Now, the 8th approached.
It cannot be any horse car, Henri. The one on which Lucien and I embarked was driven by an old chestnut mare named Mabel.
Well, we must await the same car.
This car to Delancey Street, Moss Street, and Fulton Fish Market.
Pardon, monsieur. Who is the noble horse who pulls your conveyance?
Her? That's old Mabel.
Voilà! Off with you, my
Hey,
bagarre!
what's the idea?
Alors, Mabel, allons-y au bar.
Come back, your horse, Stephen Cross!
You gents sure you can handle a load like you're taking on?
Le tumblers encore, s'il vous plaît.
Hey, wasn't you in here a few weeks ago?
Well, Henri, Mabel has brought us to the right place.
Sure, only it was with another guy. Lukey, or something like that you called him.
The excellence of your memory is exceeded only by the charm of your establishment. Now, Henri, we must seek the hotel from which Lucien never returned.
So don't tell me your boys is leaving already?
No offense, monsieur.
Oh, offense, my hairpiece. I want to do you a favor. I'm kind of worried about you getting home. So why don't you just write your names and addresses on these cardboard tags and tie them to your wrists? Then if you pass out somewhere, the cops will deliver you.
Merci. You are a true friend.
Don't mention it. And what's yours, gents?
Henri. Do not inscribe your correct name.
No.
Write as I am writing. Name unknown. Address unknown.
As you wish. But why?
Our true friend is a spy of the gendarme, but we have now outwitted him.
You are sure this is the street?
I think I am sure. What's the matter?
It's nothing. I have simply run into a building.
Then it is the hotel we seek. Lucien discovered it in the same way.
But where is the entrance? And the test for registration?
My fine pigeon, we shall save the centime they would charge. For I can grope to the side entrance, which, as you shall see, opens directly into a large room of many beds. There, I am sure, we will discover what happened to poor Lucien.
I remember, and yet I do not remember. We seemed to be in a cavernous place of gloom, with sleeping figures upon narrow white beds. It seemed that we found 2 beds, empty, and side by side. When I lay down, the bed seemed cool and hard. But I am tired, and soon I fall into the deep slumber. Then I awaken, and I am unsure that I am truly awake. Cold, gray light, the feeling that I am alone in the room. No, there on the next bed, Francois slumbers, so I am awake. No, 2 men come and lift the sleeping Francois to a cart with wheels. This cannot be, so I am still asleep. Their voices are a part of my dream.
This one hasn't been claimed either? Nope. Name unknown, address unknown. That's life. Here today and gone tomorrow.
So I dreamed that they wheeled Francois off on the cart to a far end of the room. I dreamed that in the wall a small door opens, and as it opens, I dream that a cheery fire blazes beyond. Then the door shuts, and I dream a strange sound. And I dream that I'm running, and when I awaken, I am outside a hotel. I walk around to the front of the building. Over the doorway are painted in American words the name of the establishment. Pardon, monsieur.
Yeah?
Your language I speak with perfection, but I do not read it so nifty. What mean those words, s'il vous plaît?
No, they don't mean s'il vous plaît. Just says New York Morgue, entrance to crematory.
Oh, merci bien. And thus, because Francois is no longer here in the kitchens of the restaurant Aubergine du Roi, I have been persuaded to accept the title of chef de cuisine.
Suspense, in which Maurice Marsac starred in William N. Robeson's production of One Chef Well Done by Francis von Hartisfeld. Supporting Mr. Marsac in One Chef Well Done were Sandra Gould, Joe DeSantis, Ben Wright, and Jack Moyles. Listen. Listen again next week when we return with another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Suspense has been brought to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.
Suspense. And the producer of radio's outstanding theater of thrills, the master of mystery and adventure, William N. Robeson.
With your permission, we will, on this occasion, drop the editorial we and speak in the first person. 25 years ago this week, I entered the infant radio industry as a writer at station KHJ in Los Angeles. My quarter century in broadcasting has been filled with excitement and some boredom, failure and some success, fun and quite a few heartaches. Much of the excitement, success, and fun I have known in radio has been shared through the years with that unexcelled mistress of the microphone, the First Lady of Suspense, Miss Agnes Moorehead. So it is Miss Moorehead I have asked to share my silver anniversary program. Listen then as Agnes Moorehead stars in The Chain, which begins in exactly 1 minute.
Memo on medals. Time out to discuss some interesting but little-known facts about decorations and awards of America's armed services. The time limit on rewarding an act of bravery with a medal is 36 months. According to current regulations, No award can be made more than 3 years after the actual performance of the act or service being honored. To date, the only woman ever awarded the Distinguished Flying Cross was Amelia Earhart. By special act of Congress, she was voted this medal for her daring solo flight across the Atlantic Ocean on July 2nd, 1932. It was President Woodrow Wilson who created the Army Distinguished Service Cross by executive order in January of 1918. This is our next highest award for valorous service after the Medal of Honor and corresponds to the British Military Cross or the Croix de Guerre of France, Belgium, and Italy. There is a story behind every American medal awarded to the military, a proud story of devotion to country, an unselfish service to keep it strong and free.
And now, The Chain, starring Agnes Moorehead. A tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
All I did was send a letter, that's all. You can't blame me for what happened. I didn't start it. Hundreds of people do it every day. I've always been a good wife. By the morning it started, I was fixing George's breakfast. Not just toast like some women, but bacon and eggs and hot biscuits.
Coffee ready?
Where have you been? Your bacon is burned to a crisp.
I said I only wanted fruit juice and coffee. I went down to the road to pick up the mail.
Why do you always run for the mail? Are you expecting something you don't want me to see, George?
If there was anything I didn't want you to see, I could have it sent to the office.
Oh, could you? I didn't know you were important enough to receive personal mail at the office.
Leonora, that's enough. Bert Reynolds was appointed district manager. I should have gotten the job, but I didn't. Now, let's forget about it.
Well, maybe you can forget about it, but Abby Reynolds won't let me forget. She has a couple to do her work now. She can spend half her day in town, but not Leonora Carpenter. No, poor Leonora is stranded out here without a car, without anything. Here's your coffee. What was in the mail?
Just this letter for you.
For me? Who was it from?
I don't know, Leonora. I don't open your mail.
Well, you needn't be so sarcastic. Oh, dear. From my cousin Emily. One of those ridiculous chain letters. This letter was started by a holy man in Tibet to end all evil. You must make 2 copies and mail them to others within 24 hours or the chain will be broken. Whoever breaks the chain will meet with evil. A Navy pilot broke the chain and was killed in a crash 2 days later. That's such a ridiculous thing. Now, who can I send it to?
Well, you can burn it and not send it to anybody.
Well, maybe you don't think so, but I think our luck is bad enough as it is. I could send one to Abby Reynolds, of course, but I'd have to sign my name to it.
She'd tear it up.
Yeah, she would. That would be just like Abby. What's the name of the couple they hired?
I don't know. Something or other. Kerchevsky. Peter Kerchevsky.
Peter Kerchevsky.
You're not thinking of sending a copy to him?
Why not, George? Why not?
Well, it's absurd. Why, you don't even know the man.
Well, I send one to him and he sends one to Abby.
He probably won't send it to anybody.
Oh, but he will, George. He's a foreigner, isn't he? And they're all so superstitious. You'd have to send it to her. He may not even know anybody else.
Suit yourself. Need anything from town?
No.
Time for me to be getting down to the office, then.
You never used to leave so early, George. You used to eat a big breakfast.
I'm just not hungry.
Well, maybe you'll be hungry by the time you get to town. Then you'll have time for a second breakfast at the drugstore.
Maybe.
You might even meet Miss Holden. She probably has her breakfast there.
Leonora.
She's very pretty, George. Not at all like your former secretary.
Betty Holden is a very efficient girl. If she's pretty, I've never noticed
Well,
it.
notice it, George. Notice it while you're having your second breakfast.
I'll see you at dinner, Leonora.
George didn't fool me a bit. He never did. After I cleaned up the kitchen, I sat down with a letter. I made a copy and addressed it to Mr. Peter Kerchevsky, care of Mrs. Abby Reynolds. Then I made a second copy. Whoever breaks the chain will meet with evil. And I sealed it in an envelope and addressed it to Miss Betty Holden.
Leonora?
Here I am, George, in the living room.
Leonora, why in the devil did you send that silly letter to my secretary?
Well, it said send 2 copies, and that's what I did.
Well, why Miss Holden?
Well, why not?
Because it was a stupid and a childish thing to do.
Is that what she said?
She's too much of a lady, but that's what she thought, and so did I.
You and Miss Holden seem to think very much alike. It's a pity you're not married to her.
Yes, Leonora, it is a pity.
So it's true, then. You two agree that I'm stupid and childish. Well, what other agreements do you have, George?
Leonora, if you don't stop, so help me, I'll...
Go ahead and hit me, George. Because of a secretary who means nothing to you. Go ahead and hit me.
No. That wouldn't do any good, Leonora. You're not worth it.
I knew they were talking about me. I could see it in their faces every time I went into town. They always blame the woman when something goes wrong. But they didn't know what George was like. I started going into town every day, whether I had to or not, to show them I had nothing to be ashamed of. Thursday was the day Abby Reynolds did her shopping at the Bon Ton, and I planned to meet her there, accidentally.
Leonora! Leonora!
Oh, hello, Abby.
I tried to phone you this morning.
Oh? Well, I've been in town all day.
There's something I have to tell you. Bert and I know you meant no harm, but...
So George has been criticizing me to Bert?
Why, no, dear. I mean about the chain letter you sent to Peter Kerchevsky.
Well, what harm could that do, Abby?
None. That's what Bert tried to tell him, but he's a very strange man. And, well, you see, Leonora, his wife died yesterday.
Oh, no. No, Abby. But what has that
He got the letter a few days ago. He can't read English, so he usually brings what little mail he gets to Bert. But his wife got sick that morning, and he took her to the hospital. He didn't bring the letter to Bert until this morning, and without thinking, of course...
Bert read it to him?
He tried to reason with the poor man, but Mr. Kerchevsky didn't seem to hear. He just kept staring, and then he turned and walked out of the house.
He blames me? He thinks it's my fault?
Why did you ever send it to him, Leonora? Why did you pick him?
Well, I meant no harm, Abby. I swear it. I meant no harm.
In a moment, we continue with the second act of Suspense.
Another visit with Joe and Daphne Forsythe.
Joe,
Uh-huh.
do you think we can afford a vacation this year?
Well, I don't know. Let's see. The car could stand some work. Then there's that chair we've been meaning to buy, and I guess we could always cash in a savings bond or two.
What?
I said we could cash in one of our bonds.
Joseph, don't you dare.
Well, I was just suggesting.
Don't even think about it. Those bonds are our future. When they mature, we'll get back $4 for every 3.
Yeah, I know that.
They're guaranteed, too. 3 times over. Principal, interest, and replacement if lost or stolen. Well, the whole United States stands behind them.
Sure, Daphne, but
Well, if we cash them in before they mature, we'll be giving up all that lovely interest. And what happens when we really need the money?
Daphne.
I don't see how you, who thought of buying a bond every payday in the first place, could suggest such a thing.
I guess maybe it was a moment of weakness.
Well, don't you ever bring it up again. Savings bonds are not only a good investment for us, but they help our country, too. Shame on you, Joe.
I'm ashamed. I'm covered with humiliation. I hate myself.
I should think so.
Okay if I go back to reading my paper now?
Uh-huh. But, Joe, I was just wondering.
Yeah?
Do you really think we can afford a vacation this year?
And now, starring Miss Agnes Moorehead, Act 2 of The Chain.
The Country Hill bus wasn't due for half an hour, so I decided to walk home. I crossed the wooden bridge over the river and turned off the main road up the hill. Really wasn't far, and a few minutes later I was home. Well, almost home. As I turned in at my gate, a man stepped out of the bushes.
Hello, Mrs. Carpenter.
Who are you?
You don't know Peter Kerchevsky, eh?
You stay away from me. Stay away from me, do you hear?
You don't know man you sent letter to, ah? You afraid, Mrs. Carpenter? Oh. Why you afraid? You kill my wife. You afraid I kill you?
I swung my handbag across his dirty face. And as he staggered back, I dropped the bag and ran. Ran across the lawn and up the steps to the front door. But my key was in my purse. Then I remembered the spare key under the doormat. I got it and unlocked the door. As he pounded up the porch steps, I slammed the door in his face and locked it.
Come out! Come out, Mrs. Carpenter!
You go away! You go away, do you hear? You leave me alone!
You can't get away from me! Nobody around to help you! You don't get away! I wait for you!
I leaned against the door, trying to get my breath. I could feel Kurchevsky on the other side of it like a big crazy ape. I raced through the house. The kitchen door was locked, and so were the storm windows on the lower floor. I ran upstairs to the bedroom. George's service revolver was in the bureau. I got it and opened the window.
Come down, Mrs. Carpenter!
You get off this from me!
You come down!
Look, I've got a gun and I know how to use it, do you understand?
You killed my wife, Mrs. Carpenter!
I did not! I never even knew her!
You sent me letter! Then she died!
You go away! I warn you, I'll shoot!
Go ahead! Shoot!
I didn't hit him. He started to back away across the clearing. I fired again, and again, and again! But I couldn't hit him. He backed into the trees at the edge of the property.
You're going to pay for what you do, Mrs. Carpenter. I come back. I see you again. You're going to pay.
I gripped the gun and waited till I saw him going down the road toward town. And then I unlocked the bedroom door and slipped down the stairs to the telephone.
Number, please.
3417.
1 minute.
Castle Insurance Company, Mr. Reynolds speaking.
Bert, this is Leonora.
Yes, Leonora.
Let me speak to George, please.
I'm sorry, he's out for the afternoon making some calls.
Is Miss Holden there?
No, I think George gave her the afternoon off.
Oh, I see.
Anything I can do for you, Leonora?
No, Bert. Did you tell George about Kurchevsky and the letter?
Yes, Leonora, I told him, and he told me why you sent it. Now, is there anything else I can do for you?
If George comes in,
I'll tell him to call you. Goodbye, Leonora.
Bert, I meant no. George knew. He knew, and Betty Holden knew. She was with him in town, keeping him there. This is what they wanted. They wanted something to happen to me. Well, there was still the police.
I can't arrest him for attempted murder. There isn't even enough evidence for simple assault. After all, it was you who fired a gun at him.
Well, haven't I the right to protect myself in my own house?
In the house, yes, ma'am, but you were behind locked doors firing at a man out in the open. If you'd killed him, you'd have been charged with murder. Now, if you're smart, you'll drop it.
You've got to find that man and arrest him. I demand it.
All right, ma'am. But all I can charge him with is trespassing.
Oh.
We can hold him until his fine is paid, and that's all.
I don't care what you charge him with. Arrest him. Just arrest him. Arrest him. It began to get dark after the police left, and I sat there listening to every sound. Then it started to rain. I heard it against the roof and the windows, and it frightened me. If somebody came up to the house, I wouldn't be able to hear them. 7 o'clock came, then 8, 9, 10. I didn't dare turn on a light. I heard the hum of a motor and the strange sound it made skidding along Country Hill Road. It was George. It just had to be George. The headlights flashed through the windows as the car turned into the drive, and a moment later, I heard his key in the lock.
Leonora.
Surprised to see me, George?
Well, all the lights were out. I thought you were in bed.
Is that what you thought? Is that why you waited so long to come home? Where were you?
Where I go is no longer any concern of yours.
You were with her.
All right, Leonora, I was for the first peaceful evening in 10 years, but not the last.
What are you saying, George?
I'm going to divorce you, Leonora. I'm moving into the hotel in town tonight.
I'll stop you, George. There isn't anything I won't do to stop you.
Oh, I know. I can depend on you for that.
Wife doesn't mean anything to you, George. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what happened today.
I know you tried to kill a man with my gun.
How do you know that?
Everybody knows it. The police are looking for Kurchevsky. You You have no feeling about what you've done to that poor, confused man, have you?
I haven't done anything to him, the superstitious idiot. All I did was send a silly letter. That didn't kill his wife.
Well, I don't want to talk about it. All I want's my clothes.
You can't have them. I won't let you.
Well, then I can get others. Goodbye, Leonora.
I forbid you to leave this
Get
house.
out of my
no,
way.
No, George, no, I'm your wife. Remember how things used to be with us.
Let go of me.
They can be that way again, George.
Get out of my way.
George, don't leave me. Don't leave me. I tried to sleep, but I couldn't. The rain got heavier. It pounded on the windows like somebody tapping on the glass. Each time the lightning flashed, I could see the wet ribbon of the main highway down below and the river beginning to wash over the bridge. A shutter tore loose and started a bang, then... Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Carpenter?
Yes, who is it?
Lieutenant Marsh, police headquarters.
Have you found Kuczewski?
Yes, the boys brought him in a half hour ago. I did all I could.
What do you mean?
Well, trespassing is a minor charge, Mrs. Carpenter. Bail was set at $25, and Mr. Reynolds just came in and bailed him out.
You mean he's free? You let him get away? Well, you've got to send somebody up here. You can't leave me alone if he's loose.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Carpenter. There's a storm emergency. Besides, the bridge is washed out. And I'm tying up a line talking to you. Good night.
Lieutenant! Oh.
Operator.
Operator, get me Mr. George Carpenter at the Clearview Hotel.
Sorry, but the lines are open for emergency service.
But I must speak to him. I just must.
I'm sorry. We only have 3 circuits left open for emergency calls.
But this is an emergency, I tell you. It's a matter of life and death.
One moment. I have a clear line now. Please make your call brief.
All right.
Hello?
George, it's Leonora. You've got to help me, please. They arrested Kuczewski, but Bert Reynolds bailed him out.
I know what Bert told me.
You know it? You let him do it. You want me to be killed.
He took Kuczewski home and put him to bed.
But he won't stay there. He's crazy. You've got to come out here, George. I need you.
The bridge is out.
Well, he'll find a way to get here. Oh, do you want me to go mad, George? I'll give you your divorce. I won't fight it. I promise you, George. Only don't let me die.
Leonora, you're hysterical. It's after midnight.
George! Oh, please! George!
In just a moment, we continue with the third act of Suspense.
We have together ample capacity and freedom to defend freedom. This is NATO, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. Nations of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization have given their solemn guarantee that an attack upon one is an attack upon all, and such attack will be resisted with all forces available. The NATO alliance will never be used for aggression. The United States of America is a part of NATO. You should be aware of and alert to the objectives and programs of the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
And now, starring Miss Agnes Moorehead, Act 3 of The Chain.
The line was dead. Dead like I was going to be dead. Kuczewski would come. They didn't know it, but I did, so I sat there and waited. And then the rain stopped and the moon came out. I sat there listening to the ticking of the clock. It struck 1, then 2. And then I heard someone moving outside. I remembered what the officer had said. I couldn't shoot him until he broke into the house. He was fumbling with the door. He was forcing something into the lock. And then it clicked. The door swung open. He was framed in the center of it, and I fired. I knew he was dead, but I could feel him behind me, chasing me. I ran down the hill to the river. It had almost burst its banks, but there was a boat coming across. I could hear the sound of the oarlocks as it came closer. I was crying with relief. The boat scraped under the shadow of the willows, and I ran down to it. Hello! Oh, hello! Hello!
Hello, Mrs. Carpenter.
No! It was Kuczewski. He came closer. His hands reached out for my throat.
Hello, Mrs. Carpenter.
No, you're dead. You can't hurt me. You're dead.
My wife, she dead.
You're hurting me. Let me go. Let go of me.
Don't move, Mrs. Carpenter. My hands are big, strong hands. I could break your neck easy. Just one twist.
My husband was the one. He told me to send the letter. I didn't want to. He made me.
You lie, lady. Your husband is good, man.
You're joking me.
Don't you like to die, Mrs. Carpenter? You like to write letters. You like other people should die.
I didn't mean to shoot you up there tonight. I thought you were hurt. I was coming down to get a doctor for you. But you just came across the river. You couldn't have gotten down here before me. George! It was George up at the house. I killed George.
You kill your husband?
I thought it was you. I mean...
You want to kill me, but you kill him. You kill your husband, Mrs. Carpenter. You kill him. Now they make you pay.
It was an accident, I tell you. It was an accident. Let me go.
Sure.
Let me go.
Sure, I let you go now, Mrs. Carpenter. Go on, lady. Run. Run. Only where you got to run to.
Suspense, in which Miss Agnes Moorehead starred in William N. Robeson's production of The Chain by Joel Murcott. Supporting Miss Moorehead in The Chain were Ellen Morgan, John McIntyre, Jay Novello, Herb Ellis, and Larry Dobkin. Listen. Listen again next week when we return with Everett Sloane in Game Hunt. Another tale well calculated to keep you in suspense.
Suspense has been brought to you through the worldwide facilities of the United States Armed Forces Radio and Television Service.